I'm doing exactly what you guys asked me to do. After this original video had 8 million views, you guys asked me to come in and layer it with thinly sliced potatoes, and that's exactly what I've done. So let's have some Tennessee onions and potatoes. Here we go. We'll start quickly just by making our spice blend to go on the onions. It's a mix of salt, brown sugar, dried thyme. You could also use fresh, smoked paprika. We're going to put in some garlic powder. We're going to put in some dry mustard, some black pepper. We'll mix this all together and set it aside. I'm going to do my onions on the mandolin, 1/8 of an inch thick. I always use my guard just to be very careful. Nobody wants to go to the emergency room. So I've got 6 onions here. I'm going to cut them up until they're just about 1/8 of an inch thick. I'm going to put them all in a big bowl, and then using my clean hands, I'm going to break them up into rings just because I want them to be nice and silky. I don't want them to be crunchy. I want them to all to be individual. I'm going to add half of the spice blend, give them a good toss with my clean hands. Once I get half of it done, I'll come back in and I'll add the rest of the spice blend and toss that in until all of the spice blend is distributed very well through all of the onions, and then I'll set those aside and we'll work on our potatoes to go in. I've got 3 white russet potatoes that I'm going to do on my mandolin. I start without the guard here just because the potato's large enough, but when I get about halfway through, I'll use the guard. But again, do the potatoes super thin, just 1/8 of an inch thick. And I would normally do the potatoes in some heavy cream infused with thyme, but I don't want to add that kind of moisture. So I'm just going to put them in a bowl and add some salt and pepper and toss that around. And then we'll start to layer everything into our casserole dish. So I've buttered a casserole dish. You could also use a 9 by 13 inch dish, and I'm going to put down a layer of potatoes. Once I get my layer of potatoes down, I'm going to put half of the onions on top of that. Then I'm going to do a layer of cheese. I'm using a mix of sharp cheddar and a white Vermont cheddar. I'll do 2 ounces of each one of those here, and then I'll do another layer of potatoes, and then I'll put the other half of my onions on top of that, and then I'll do the same amount of cheese, 2 ounces of each one of the cheese, do another layer of potatoes, and then a little bit more cheese, and then it goes into a 350-degree oven for a total of 1 hour and 15 minutes, and it's covered the first 45 minutes and uncovered the last 30 minutes, and garnished with a little chive. Delicious. I don't mean to be dramatic, but whatever you're doing this weekend, your plans need to include Tennessee onions and potatoes. Oh my God, this is fantastic. The recipe's live on my Substack, thatguyycooks.substack.com. There's links in the bio. Check out the recipe. We've added the potatoes just like everyone asked. This is phenomenal. Okay, I'm going to eat this big sloppy bite after I say, have a great weekend. Okay, bye.